The All England Lawn Tennis and Croquet Club Center Court semifinals. Pete Sampras and Goran Ivanisevic. The two-time defending champion Sampras won the first set 9 points to 7 in a tie break, and then a perfect set for Ivanisevic. Did not allow a single point on his serve, winning the second 6-4. Sampras then 6-3, and now Ivanisevic a serve game away from squaring it at 2 sets all. He leads 5-3 here in the third.
Time.
Well, this match has been a lot more interesting than I think a lot of people expected. There were some moments of dullness when these big servers were serving outright bombs, but it's been an entertaining match, and both players have had their chances today.
5-4 Ivanisevic. He's just impossible when he gets that big first serve in, winning over 90% of first serve points throughout this championship. And another ace. Number 34.
39.
Well, when he loses serve, he usually beats himself. It's not usually his opponent that comes up with some great winners. And that's just overpowering.
3 set points.
14.
They'll play 1 set for the men's final. Ivanisevic at tie break first set gave up 16 points on his serve. There were a couple of breakers earlier in the set. Not a single point won by Sampras in the second off the Ivanisevic serve, and tight again in that 4th set. Sampras opens the 5th.
You could sure tell by that graphic what sets Goran won.
Now 15.
And he's hit this shot consistently well throughout the match. That running forehand. Pete probably should have won that point. Took his eye off the ball at the last second. Still a good shot there by Goran. And that ball died on the grass.
15.
5 set records, career Wimbledon. Sampras and Ivanisevic very close.
Surprisingly, Goran with more experience in 5 set matches here. Once again, Goran with a nice running forehand. That's the one he should have taken with 2 hands. He had the time to get both hands ready, and he wasn't able to generate enough pace.
They've grown up together as professionals, each 23. Pete Sampras, his youth in Southern California, now makes his home in Tampa, and Ivanisevic from Split in Croatia. Last time Sampras lost at Wimbledon, it was Ivanisevic 3 years ago. Pretty good catch. And Sampras has been watching some cricket. That's the
I don't know about that.
That's the way they celebrate when they make a catch.
And Sampras.
And Sampras holds. We're underway in the final set. And we welcome you to center court. Dick Enberg with John McEnroe, many times a doubles champion and 3 times a singles champion here at Wimbledon. Now we're 1 set take all. How do you see it now? Who would you pick right now?
Well, I'm going to take Pete. I'm going to stick with my original pick. But Goran has shown some flashes of brilliance, and he's played with more mental toughness than I've seen in the past. So Pete's got his work cut out for him, but I just feel in this occasion he's going to come through in the end.
Ivanisevic with a reputation that he'll eventually find a game that he'll beat himself.
But this could really turn his whole career around. If he were to win this 5th set here against Pete Sampras, go on and win Wimbledon, that tag of being mentally weak would be gone.
Sampras serving first in this final set. Some would consider that an advantage. So Ivanisevic, as long as they're on serve, will always be that 1 game behind. New ball.
Oh, that's definitely an advantage for Pete Sampras. No question there.
First service.
And don't forget, no tiebreaker here in the 5th set. So if these guys serve up to their capabilities, we could be here a while.
Love 15.
Double fault. 7. Ivanisevic has had a surprisingly low number of double faults for all of his big serving and all the aces in this championship.
When he has double faulted was when he got broken.
15.
First game of the 3rd set, he double faulted in the tiebreaker in the 1st set when he was up a mini break. So he hasn't picked the best times for the doubles.
They're like deaths, though. They're always untimely.
Look at this angle here of the Sampras backhand. That was a reasonably good volley by Goran.
30 all.
A lefty's favorite serve, that slice out wide to the ad court. And Goran no exception. Although he doesn't mind that bomb up the middle either. Does not want to lose serve here the first game of his first service game of the 5th set. Could be curtains for him.
Spectacular volley by Sampras for a break point.
Not a good decision here by Goran to try to hit that drop volley off the back inside Pete with plenty of time to get ready. He's a little bit flat-footed hitting that backhand, and Pete with a good stretch.
Chance for the lead. Ooh, Sampras with a deep breath. It's called wide. It's wide, and Sampras leads 2 games to love.
And that's been the tag with Goran Ivanisevic not being able to win the big points.
Sampras leads 2 games to love.
I'd love to know what he was saying right now. That was a very, very makeable forehand volley.
4 points lost on that service game. That's more than he lost in the 2nd and 4th sets combined. 4-1 game 2 in 2 sets. Boy, did he ever keep his eye on that volley.
You talk about good technique. He didn't even take his eye off the ball after he hit it. Off his racket there. That was beautiful. And historically, your best chance to break is right after you've been broken. Goran desperately needs to break here.
Boy, at times he makes some eye-popping shots. Drop volley's been a good weapon for Pete.
It's really helped Pete, and it's really hurt Goran. That feathery touch of Pete Scott, better than Goran's. It's paid dividends for him.
40-15.
You don't think Sampras is a guy with feathery touch, but he really has excellent touch, and he can bludgeon the ball, as we've seen so much last few years at Wimbledon.
Talking to himself. Oh, almost nailed the net, Judge. She ducks wisely, and Sampras leads 3-0 in the final set. Ivanisevic, more winners, more aces, more breakpoint chances.
Just hasn't been able to capitalize enough on those chances, and he's let down mentally at some bad occasions. The first set tiebreaker, first game of the third set he was broken, and now here the first game of the fifth set, and this is just really hurt him, because he's really played as well or better than I've seen him here at the All England Club.
Finalist in '92, Agassi beating him, and then again last year, Ivanisevic and Sampras took him out 7-6, 7-6, 6-love in the finals.
He's hit his forehand better, half volley better. He seems calmer at net for the most part. When going's got tough, though, he's choked up some.
15-love.
35 aces.
$30-love.
Sampras makes you play every point.
A little bit lazy on that first shot there. Got a little lucky. 6-5 long reach, easy put away.
$40-50.
It's the first time we've seen Goran go down in this match. Pete's been down 4 or 5 times. Doesn't appear to be hurt. Gave Pete Sampras plenty of time to line up that forehand, wait to see where Goran would stand, and pull that cross court for a winner.
Sampras leads 3-1. Final set.
Delana Mulcahy, friend of Pete Sampras, in the center among the 13,000 plus here on Friday semifinals. It's good. Ivanisevic saw it long. Now, Ivanisevic gave a point to Sampras early in the match. Jerry Armstrong in the chair says shot is good, but the fans, that's about as much reaction as you'll get from the English fans. They all thought at that end it was long.
See if we can tell in the replay. That looked to be long. As a matter of fact, if we had a shot of the umpire, he started to point like it was out, because his baseline's judge seemed to be sure of the call. He didn't overrule.
From East Sussex, Jerry Armstrong, one of the better officials. Ivanisevic early in the match gave Sampras an ace when it was not so ruled. Just long.
14.
Point. Several points now for 4-1 for Sampras. 1976 Wimbledon, John Fever set the record for aces, 42. That's Ivanisevic is 6 under that all-time mark.
Game Sampras.
At love. 4-1. Sampras, final set. Let's go back to the first set. Here's a very crucial point. A break point for Ivanisevic. There were no breaks in that first set. Look at this shot. Looks like it. And with that kind loose net at Wimbledon, it trickles over for Sampras. He's able to save that game, force the first set into a tiebreak, won by Sampras 9-7. Had that ball fallen back on the defending champion side, it might well have been Ivanisevic's set and a whole different course in the semifinal. Talk about the game of inches. Now 1-4, but down only one break, but time running short for the big left-hander.
It sure pays to be lucky and good. Sampras clearly the beneficiary in the first set. That's a tough shot right there. Sampras would love some insurance. Get another break in his pocket. Smart play there by Goran to go behind Pete Sampras. Tougher to make the adjustment on this grass court.
It's the 12th time they've played. Sampras leads 6-5. 37 aces, 5 from the Wimbledon record. And by the way, John Fever, in the match where he belted 42 aces, lost that match to John Newcomb. See,
it's almost like a clay court match compared to last year.
Long rallies, only 17, however, in 5 sets. 9 of those were in the first set. So since the first set, only 8 minor rallies.
Goran loses this and has to go back to the drawing board. He'll remember those first games of the 3rd and 5th set where he let down mentally.
This is the first semifinal. A battle of former Wimbledon champions follows. Andre Agassi, the 92 winner, and then 3-time champion Boris Becker still feels he has it in him to win his 4th. Would be considered the underdog against the #1 seed, but this is Becker's best surface.
14.
And the vice tightening on Ivanisevic, though down only one break here in the final set. Point from 5-2.
Game Sampras.
23-year-old Ivanisevic trying to become the 7th left-hander to win Wimbledon.
Time.
Norman Brooks, and just after the turn of the century, Yaroslav Drobny, Neil Fraser, who's in the royal box today, Laver, Connors, and McEnroe, the other southpaws. But Pete Sampras is just a game away from the finals at 2-5. Ivanisevic serving.
Must be asking himself, why didn't I serve this way the first game of the 5th set? That was more along the lines of what he did. It sure looks like Pete Sampras is going to have to serve this one out.
Waiting for the ball boy.
40. Love.
He's on. His serve is absolutely smothering.
I wish I could hit my first serve that hard.
107-mile second serve. That one caroming off the roof adjacent to the royal box.
Oh, poor boy took a little spill there, but appears to be okay.
Double fault, some distractions involved there. 8 double faults for Ivanisevic.
It's an excellent ratio, 37 aces to 8 doubles.
38 aces, 4 shy of the record. The record apparently will stand unless Ivanisevic can break Sampras in match game.
Sampras needs 5 games to play.
Crowd doing their part to keep Goran into this. He's got plenty of reasons to still want this one desperately. And he sure hopes Pete Sampras misses some first serves this game. That's a big return.
Love 15.
Watch Pete slipped a little bit on the way to that volley. That certainly cost him there, but that was a big return. And what a difference that first serve makes.
15 all.
Come on, he says. Pete Sampras looking for a three-peat. A rare 3 in a row at Wimbledon. 2 points away from the finals. 20 aces for him.
Another big serve off Pete Sampras' racket. He says, I want that #1 ranking back, and I want my Wimbledon title once again. There's 2 match points.
Only Borg, 5 in a row, and Fred Perry, late great British champion, 3 in a row in the mid-30s, and the last 70-plus years have won 3 in a row. It's good. A net board liner.
You can't cut it any closer than that.
13. Sampras. 7-6, 4-6, 6-3, 4-6, 6-3.
So the man who last beat Pete Sampras, Goran Ivanisevic, takes him 5 sets. 6-3 in the 5th. The champion bows to those who cheer as Ivanisevic bows again to Sampras.
Doing his Andre Agassi imitation there.
20
to the crowd.
That's 20 straight Wimbledon wins since Ivanisevic beat him in '92, the year Agassi went on to the championship. Ivanisevic with a more spectacular shot making throughout the sets, but also enough mistakes that Sampras capitalized and survived. 7-6, 4-6, 6-3, 4-6, 6-3. Sampras through to the finals on Sunday. Will he meet Andre Agassi, his longtime rival, or will it be 3-time Wimbledon champion Boris Becker? That match to follow.